This is called an SRG candle that I purchased for $12.95. It's 18 ounces and it says that it'll burn 40 hours. Now, I am a candle connoisseur and I always use a wick trimmer, and I keep my wicks trimmed down to where you can barely light the candle. And I will get double the burn time off of all of my candles. This one I had blown out and the wick is too long. This is not an SRG. You may recognize the candle, but I'm not going to say what it is. I'm just going to show you about trimming the wick. It should be trimmed to where it can barely be lit, and with a wick trimmer you can lift that out. Sometimes I miss, and that's okay, but the lower the candle is lit, that's where you get the fragrance. I use a long lighter, and this particular candle is wonderful. It's like standing next to a peach tree, and it does have a creamy kind of fragrance in it. It's juicy and refreshing and alive. It's got this soft scent to it as well. It's almost sensual. I've burned this candle now already for about 42 hours. It says it burns 40, but I do keep my wicks trimmed low, and that's why I get the good fragrance I do. A lot of people say there's no fragrance, and I believe it's because they burn them way too fast. When they burn like this, they're able to heat up the scent and keep it going, and also it won't char the jar. If you want to reuse the jar, go ahead and do that. This is made in the USA, as a matter of fact. I kind of am a snob about that. I like soy candles or candles made in the USA. So I looked this up, and there's a collaboration between a company in Melbourne, Australia, and New York. I'm going to blow this out. I did take a photograph. And on the bottom, right here, it says made in the USA. So we're getting a candle made in the USA that's a pretty darn good competitor to these others that I've been purchasing for about half the price. And they'll burn nearly as long. They're only about 3 ounces smaller. The big deal though is the wick trimmer to keep them trimmed. You'll get your fragrance. You won't get soot. With the cotton wick in there, you're not getting any lead from the lead wicks. And I just don't know what to say except this is a great candle. Now I'm hooked. I'm going in. I'm going to order more fragrances. I love it, and I really recommend it. Thanks, y'all, for listening.